What's your go-to guilty treat? Is it ice cream, chocolate, French fries? Unfortunately, some of the best tasting foods are also terrible for our health. Or are they? You might be surprised to learn that pretzels can actually help your body resist viruses, or that chewing gum is a secret boost to your brain. How about coffee, which has a surprising link to depression? I'm Mike with List 25, and join me as I count down 25 unexpectedly nutritious junk foods. 25. Dark chocolate. As decadent as it might feel, not all chocolate is bad for you. In addition to providing fiber, magnesium, copper, and iron, dark chocolate is also a powerful antioxidant. That means it can fight dangerous compounds in your body. Dark chocolate has also been linked to improved blood flow and a lower risk of heart disease. 24. Popcorn. Nothing complements a movie better than a nice bucket of popcorn. And while the added butter, salt, and flavoring might not be so healthy, the popcorn itself has plenty of benefits. It can be a good way of improving your body's ability to manage blood sugar levels because of the low glycemic index. That is good news for movie fans, especially if you have diabetes. 23. Guacamole. Okay, you might not have thought that guacamole was all that unhealthy to begin with, but let me remind you about just how good it is. It's made up mostly of avocado, which is considered a superfood. Why? Because it does everything, from reducing depression to detoxifying your body and preventing cancer. Plus, avocado is packed full of a chemical called lutein, which is also found in the brain and is linked to better memory. And it's also fun to just pronounce as guacamole. 22. Veggie chips. Next time you're craving some chips, just reach for the veggie pack instead. There's a little controversy over how much better they are than regular chips, since they still rank high in sodium and calories, but they will give your body some iron, fiber, and protein. Just don't eat them like they're real vegetables. These are still usually deep fried in tons of oil. 21. Kale chips. If you want a real healthy alternative to potato chips, try kale. High in antioxidants, vitamin K for your blood and bones, and vitamin B to help your digestion and mood, kale chips are great for snacking. Usually they're completely free of sodium and fat, plus you can make them at home by throwing some kale leaves and a touch of oil into the oven. 20. Nut butter. Butter is not easy to avoid. It's found in recipes from meat to desserts, and let's be honest, it makes just about everything taste better. But there is a more nutritious option than the one from cow's milk. One of those comes from nuts, either peanut, cashew, almond, or walnut. It works better than just as a vegan replacement. It also delivers potassium, magnesium, and a bunch of vitamins, all while keeping your cholesterol down. Although I don't know if you can substitute it where you would actually use butter, but still, you know what I mean. 19. Frozen grapes. Frozen pizza, frozen fries, frozen burgers, frozen burritos. Just walk down the frozen food aisle and you'll find just about anything pre-made, ready to eat, and most of it packed with chemicals. By far the healthiest frozen food you can have is grapes. You probably won't find them in the supermarket, but you can make them by simply washing, bagging, and freezing some grapes. When you're feeling peckish, grab a few from the bag. They can get a little softer after thawing and can be added to smoothies, salads, or even just eaten on their own. 18. Salsa. What's better than kicking back watching sports with a bowl of corn chips? Well, apart from guacamole, which I already talked about, salsa is essential. The best part? It turns out to actually be pretty good for your body. Think about it. It's tomatoes, peppers, and onions, all pretty natural. They bring down inflammation in your body, and salsa also has vitamin C and something called lycopene, which makes your skin look younger. Forget a spa day or skincare routine, just have some nachos instead. 17. Sweet potato fries. Speaking of irresistible snacks, there are a few things harder to turn down than just a nice batch of French fries. Rather than the regular potatoes though, next time try to opt for sweet potatoes. They're loaded full of nutrients like vitamin A and E, which help your vision, your immune system, and lower your risk of getting cancer. And seriously, they taste just as good. Just, some with a little bit of honey mustard or tzatziki sauce. Oh yeah. 16. Turkey bacon. Is anyone else starting to get a bit hungry by now? Well, if not, we'll just move on to the next item. Turkey bacon. Juicy and chewy with a delicious smoky, salty taste, it's the perfect food to fry next to some eggs or pancakes. You'll be doing your heart a favor too. because turkey bacon has about 30% fewer calories and fat compared to bacon made from pork. And as a bonus, religious people keeping kosher or halal can eat it without breaking any rules. 15. Pretzels. If you monitor your carb intake with a food tracker, eating a pretzel might be the last thing on your list of snack foods. However, it turns out that they have a pretty impressive nutritional profile, including copper, iron, and zinc. Now those might sound like elements you mine out of the ground, because they are, but these are also important for your body. They keep your nervous system healthy, pump protein into your blood to keep your energy high, and help to fight off viruses. By the way, soft pretzels are much healthier than the hard ones. And maybe avoid dipping them in chocolate. 14. Ice cream. I know, I can already hear you now. But Mike, there's no way that ice cream is a nutritious food. It's one of the most delicious foods ever to be created, and most of us try our best not to eat entire tubs of it. Well, I'm happy to inform you that this guilty pleasure doesn't need to be so guilty. It can actually be part of a healthy diet. It all goes back to a study more than 2 decades ago where a researcher found that people eating dairy-based desserts had a much lower risk of developing diabetes. Most doctors won't endorse the diet of eating ice cream every day, but there are much worse things you could be having. 13. Angel cake. While I'm talking about desserts, let's have a look at cakes. Normally, they're full of sugar, fat, and harmful additives. Not so much for the angel variety, though, which is spongy, light, and surprisingly healthy. It can be made with low calories, plus without fat or cholesterol. As a bonus, there is a decent dose of sodium, fiber, and amino acids, which are literally the building blocks of life. The Lego of life. Life Lego. It's mine now. It's trademarked. Can't have it. Hashtag Life Lego. 12. Zucchini bread. Alright, let's step away from cakes and sweets for a moment and back to some basic vegetables. Well, this one's actually technically a fruit, but it's treated as a vegetable. Increasing your zucchini intake is an easy way to give your body a boost. They improve your heart, digestion, and are high in antioxidants. And if you don't know what to make with them, why not try delicious zucchini bread? It's quick to make with flour, salt, eggs, cinnamon, and walnuts. Trust me, you won't believe that it's made out of zucchinis. 11. Banana chips. I didn't mention it before, but chips can be made from more than just veggies, like bananas. I mean, think about it. Bananas are part of so many good foods. Banana splits, banana bread, banana pancakes, the list goes on. Now, think about cutting them up and deep frying them, and voila, you've got chips. Just like everything else on this list, they are incredibly nutritious, full of protein, fiber, iron, magnesium, and more. And I also love plantain chips. Those are delicious too. 10. Coffee. Are you one of those people that can't function until you've had your morning coffee? Well, news that coffee is good for your health will be music to your ears. Drinking 2 to 5 cups a day is associated with a ton of serious positive effects. From a lower risk of Parkinson's and depression to reducing heart disease and liver cancer, coffee is a magical drink. Cold brew is my favorite. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you can tell, I like Reese's. 9. White bread. White bread has been under attack for the last few decades. There's been a movement towards multigrain, with many swearing off white bread for being too high in sugar. But hold on a minute. Maybe it doesn't deserve all that bad press. White bread has calcium and iron, just like its brown counterpart. One study found that there were no clinical differences between people eating white bread versus whole wheat. They analyzed gut bacteria, and there were no deficiencies in the white bread group. Well, maybe it's time we can go back. I mean, if you still like your grandma, telling you can't, but it's okay. White bread's okay. 8. Baked beans. Unless you're from the UK, baked beans probably aren't in your day-to-day diet. They're not often considered a healthy dish, especially when put next to sausages, fried eggs, and bacon. That's called a full English breakfast for those who don't know. But compared to other staple foods like rice, baked beans actually come out on top. Bean eaters have a much lower risk of developing diabetes, probably because they're high in protein and fiber, which doesn't take much insulin to process. 7. Ham. Ham is a kind of processed meat, a classification that turns a lot of people off. But a nice ham sandwich never did anyone any harm. Ham is rich in something called thiamine, better known as vitamin B1, which converts carbohydrates into energy. See, your body is like a giant car, and if food and carbs are the fuel, then vitamin B1 acts like an engine. 6. Candy apple. Candy and apple? What could be a better combination? Usually sold at carnivals or fairs, candy apples are, well, exactly what they sound like. Apples dipped in sugar. You probably thought they were your dentist's worst nightmare, and that might be a little true, but candy apples can have fewer calories in them than other kinds of sweets. Plus, you get the vitamins and minerals of the apple. But let's be honest, most of us don't get too excited about the fruit part. 5. Chewing gum. Believe it or not, gum goes back thousands of years. And while we might not be chewing on tree bark anymore, it does beg the question, is it any good for us? The answer, according to a bunch of studies, is yes, and the effects are surprising. It boosts a range of brain functions like memory and decision making while reducing stress and depression. Experts think that this could be because it increases the amount of blood flowing to the brain. Ha! Take that, teacher who told me to spit out my gum. 4. Granola bar. Half breakfast cereal, half sweet treat. What is more satisfying than a granola bar? Other than the fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins, granola bars keep you feeling full for much longer than other snacks, meaning that it's perfect if you want to lose weight. It also prevents something called anemia, which is when there isn't enough iron in your blood, making you feel weak and tired. To sweeten the deal, most brands add a little chocolate, fruit, or flavoring to each bar. I really love the ones with like the different nut butters on the bottom. There's an almond, a peanut, and I don't remember the third. They're fantastic. Try them if you haven't. 3. Chocolate hummus. If you haven't heard of this before, then you might not think these two words belong together, and normally they don't. Even reading the ingredient list of chocolate hummus sounds a little strange. Chickpeas, cocoa powder, and peanut butter. I mean, what? But some people swear by chocolate hummus, a rich, creamy dessert dip that's good for you too. The chickpeas give you minerals, vitamins, and fiber. And if you make the dark chocolate variety, you get antioxidants and omega-3 fats too. Still, chocolate hummus might be a step too far for me. It's not, I've had it, it's really good. I know, I feel like, as a Jew, saying chocolate hummus is fantastic. I feel like I need my card taken away. It's fantastic, it's good, try it, trust me. 2. Onigiri. If, like me, chocolate hummus isn't your fancy, but it is, can I tempt you with an Asian delicacy? Onigiri is the Japanese name for sushi wrapped in black, dried seaweed and typically served with fish and vegetables inside. A couple of these will fill you up with calcium, iron, and enough protein to keep you going all day. The beauty of onigiri is that you can put any fish, vegetables, and sauce inside that you want. It's like a Japanese version of a burger. 1. Frozen fish. Speaking of fish, why not load up on some frozen fish? You can keep it for as long as you need, and you can stock up on fish from different seasons. Frozen fish provides more than just convenience. The American Heart Association says that it reduces blood pressure and the risk of heart issues. So, what's your go-to junk food? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content, and be sure to check out our social medias, including my personal ones, links in that description below. Now, speaking of food, have you ever thought about combining peanut butter and mayonnaise? Or what about a burger where the buns are cinnamon rolls? If you've ever wondered what these strangest food combinations are, then boy do I have the right video for you. Just click here to watch my friend Brett and I taste test each and every one of them for you. Also, special guest appearance from someone. Oh, the things they do for this channel. Oh, some were good, others,